Baseline. Yeah. Give me the baseline. Come in and serve no pia savior. Feel me God you can't walk over. And even though me not deserve no redeemer, him still a cover me with peace and favor. So me no serve no pia savior. Feel me God you can't walk over. And even though me not deserve no redeemer, him still a cover me with peace and favor. Papa Jesus say under the blood, say you're covered. Hope you know everywhere you go, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the world know day or night, covered by the blood. Under the blood, say you're covered. Hope you know everywhere you go, say you're covered by the blood. And if you're walking, you have to let the world know day or night. Say we no serve no pia. I like that.
It was a nice little groove.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Acoustic Energy.
Yo, that was a nice little vibe that we had going.
It was a nice little vibe. You never saw me. I'm alive.
Okay, all right. Cool. Good day, everyone. My name is Joel.
And my name is Dale.
And we'd like to welcome you all to another amazing episode
of Acoustic Energy. Because we are here today.
We got a lot of stuff.
You're not listening to me.
You know what?
I'm just trying to tell you, I like the lights. I don't fight them in the bright light. Yeah.
Is there a reason that you are on this rap?
No, you know what? I'm just channeling my inner rap skills.
Oh, I guess because we have Drubex on today's show.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And by rap, I just want to make sure people get it. And I'm a real rapper, not like a Reynolds rap, or
I'm gonna stop you right there. So since you're speaking of rap, let's have another episode of On the Spot.
Okay, all right. Let's see what you got.
So this is what I want you to do.
All right, I've been practicing my rhymes.
I'm thinking you feel like beatboxing or rapping? What do you feel like?
Well, it's up to you, because just tell me.
Okay, I want you to rap.
Rap?
Yeah, but you know what would make it better? If you didn't do it by yourself.
You mean, how about I beatbox?
Okay, but I think we should have someone probably else join us.
I think we should have somebody else.
This is gonna be an issue, right? Because this whole time, he thought it was for someone else, but it's really not. So what I'm gonna do is what? Is this a joke? Is someone really calling me while we're recording?
Hey, we're in the show, and I don't think you're rapping, so you're gonna have to call back another time. It's okay. I got it.
Just hang that up.
I got it. I got it.
This is what we're gonna do.
You know what, sir?
He would be a perfect person.
Come here. Let me ask you something real quick. Come here. Wait. Before you come.
Can you? We have something there for you.
Just put that hoodie on.
Put that hoodie on. Take off your mask. Take
off your mask.
So I don't think that it's fair that you do this by yourself.
You're right.
So he thought that I was getting someone else, but really and truly, we're gonna get our producer, Sean Barrow, finally on screen. But you put the hat backwards. Yeah, you
gotta be in full rap mode.
So this is what I want you to do. Sean, I need you to go by Dale for a second.
Wait, where's his mic? That's his mic.
You guys are gonna figure out so you guys are gonna freestyle and beatbox. You guys discuss between yourselves.
Wait, I'm the beatboxer. He's the rapper.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 2 seconds. Think about a little beat. I'll talk to the people for a second, and so that you guys are prepared.
Wait. I don't need to think about the beat.
With enough said, Sean,
you got it. You go over there. You go over there.
I'm thinking that we discuss, maybe Sean can rap about acoustic energy.
All right.
So what you're gonna do,
I got you,
is you're gonna beatbox.
Now, Sean,
and Sean's gonna rap.
I'm not sure you're ready, because I'm probably like one of the top beatboxers that they are around right now.
what makes me happy about this is whatever I do, I'm gonna match the quality of your beatboxing.
All right, ready? Give somebody else from the tech team. Give me a cue. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yo, so we here on Acoustic Energy, and most of you haven't heard of me, but I'm Sean B with Elise B, and we be like a tree branch, and now this is Acoustic Energy, no doubt. Check it as I come with no clout. What if I have a rap before or then I know that shit will not be
What is this? Sean raps.
No, that was super. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, we thought we got it.
Whoa!
We really thought we had. No, come back right here. Let me come right here and just say they thought they had you. Because I really thought we had you, Sean.
You really think you have me?
Go ahead.
No, it was close. It was
Give me
close.
some there, Sean. Give me some there.
No, I don't have any more. Even what I gave you wasn't good enough for me. You know where I am, where my quality of. Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for joining us in this episode of Acoustic Energy.
What we're doing here.
As you can see, that was all literally
On the spot.
On the spot. I mean, we had my phone ringing. We had Sean.
But technically, it could have been someone calling to tell us that Sean was about to be in the space. You don't know that, so you know what I mean.
But we are going to start this show off right. And we have none other than Pastor Andrew Beresford that's going to bring a devotional to us.
Amen.
What's good, everybody? G. Andrew Beresford here. I get to be the senior pastor of Serve City Church in the GTA, and I'm honored to be able to spend time with you guys on tonight. Just a big shout out to Dale and my boy Joel. I want to just share for the next few moments on the thought, embrace the remix. Embrace the remix. Where you're watching from, say embrace the remix. Listen, you know, we are most definitely in an unorthodox and a unconventional season. You know, there's so much that's happening around us that is challenging, so many shifts and things that have changed in our lives. I find that one of the things that we do is that we often look back with retrospective analysis and we say to ourselves, man, I wish that I could be back before all of this happened. You know, like any witnesses other than me, you know, like it's just been insane when I'm thinking back to the things that were in place. Some of you, you know, you were doing well on your job. You know, some of you, things were good. You could go outside without a mask. You weren't, you know, like looking at the next person beside you wondering like, do they got Rona? You know, like all of those things were not happening, were not in place. And it's very easy for us to have a revertive perspective as a result of us looking back in retrospect. We're like, man, I want to go back. I think it's important for us to always see where we are as an opportunity to be able to demonstrate and also experience the goodness and the power of God right where we are. The scripture that comes to my mind when I'm thinking about this is Isaiah chapter 43, verse 18 and 19. You know, God, through the prophet Isaiah, tells the children of Israel, remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? And then he says, I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. And this is a powerful concept because he's telling the children of Israel this while they are in Babylonian captivity. So they are away from their homeland. God shows up in this challenging time, in this tight time, in this time where they've messed up. And as a result, now they are where they are. And he says to them, forget the former things. And he says, behold, I'm doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? And I love that question because he's challenging them saying, listen, man, I'm getting ready to do something new, but do you perceive it? Are you able to see that something new is springing forth right now? You know, and it's very difficult for us when we're bombarded by the media and the thoughts by everyone as to how we should think and, you know, challenging us to walk in fear as opposed to walking in faith. And as a result, we want to look back and we want to go back as the children of Israel. Oftentimes they would look back to Egypt in the place of bondage. If some of us would be real, things were not, it might not have been this pandemic, but we were experiencing some pandemics in our lives prior to this season that we're in. But nonetheless, all good things grow out of dirt. And in fact, some of the things that we eat are fertilized by manure, And so we always got to remember that no matter how messy a situation is, God is capable. I love how he says in verse 19, he says that he is able to make a way in the wilderness. Like when you think about the wild and just standing in the midst of all sorts of bushes and crazy stuff, you don't think of seeing a way out. But he says he will make a way in the wild or the wilderness, and he'll cause streams in the desert. Notice he doesn't say I'm going to make a mirage in the desert. It's easy. There are things that we grasp, but they're not real. He says, I actually want to make streams in the desert. I want to do the impossible to give you something that's real and tangible. We too need to embrace the remix in this season. It might not look like the original, but guess what? The original is in there. It's the same God. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, forever, as Hebrews 13:8 lets us know. And if we would lean into God in this season, if we would perceive it, if we would open our eyes, we could see ways that we could reinvent, retool, renovate where we're at, and see God do something new that will impact the world in a way that is even better than before. Somebody say better than before.
Pastor Beresford.
What a word.
Thank you so very much. What a word.
Thank you.
Quick fact about him, he is an accomplished musician. He plays organ, piano, bass, drums, and he plays them very well.
Well, we have to get him on here.
Absolutely.
Soon, right?
And he's a comedian. He has jokes
Andrew,
for days.
We're coming for you,
yes, sir. So, where are we going with this?
Well, if you noticed earlier, I'm not sure you were here or you actually saw, but we had an impromptu song by our own producer, minister, gospel rapper, world-renowned Sean DJ Select #1.
Oh, that's a stage name?
Yes, I forgot two parts of the song. DJ Select #1, Boom Boom Shakalek Barrow.
Oh, that's a pretty long name.
Yeah. That's his shortening. That's the acronym. That's the short version. Anyway, he did really, really well.
Yes, man.
And, we were just throwing teasers out there to kind of give our viewers an idea of where we're going to go for this show. We're going to be talking about gospel music or just music in different forms.
Exactly.
And it's always been a passionate space for me because I think a lot of us are narrowed down in our thought process as to what we are cultured into believing acceptable music is, right?
It has to be this.
Has to be this. And you know what? I always say it's okay to be okay with what it is you like. Mm-hmm. However, it's not fair for us to now condemn or knock someone else's choice. For example, if I'm not a singer per se, let's like you, for example. If I don't sing well...
Because you're right, I don't sing, I sang.
So can I just finish? I'm just trying to, So let's say, for example, we have people that don't sing.
I don't.
Right?
You're right.
But they have other skill sets and they can probably put some lyrics together, they can rhyme or they play instruments. I feel like, a lot of times, and I won't say churches, or bodies, it doesn't have to be a church, it could be a group of people.
Absolutely.
A lot of times we don't have the appreciation needed for just different forms of worship and different styles. There's sign language, there is miming, there's praise dance, there is gospel rap, which is still new to a lot.
Yeah.
And I just want us to be able to appreciate that. So this show, we're going to dive into another form of music, which is not necessarily a melodic flow.
So with that being said, we're going to go into our first artist for the day.
First artist.
Who goes by the name of Disi. Disi. Not Dizzy.
It's actually Dizzy.
No, see, this is where the Jamaican in you comes, and you guys just got to change things up.
It's not Dizzy, it's Dizzy.
His name is Disi.
It's Dizzy.
You guys can't do that to everything. You can't. All right? Oh. Now, otherwise known as Rondell Holder, he's better known as his stage name, Disi.
Disi, okay, Disi. Okay.
He is a 25-year-old Guyanese artist with a passion for excellence, positivity, and Jesus. He has released 3 projects to date and has his sights on creating a sound that is mainstream, unique to Guyanese culture, and saturated with positivity.
I love that.
He is currently working on new music for the upcoming year, and he is confident that his music will leave a legacy for creatives to benefit for years to come.
Watch this. I listened in detail to Disi, and it was so interesting to me that he literally represented his culture while ministering through rap. I just wanted to...
He's a talent.
He is a talent.
He's a talent.
He's a talent.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Disi.
Disi.
Heyo family, what's good? My name is Disi. I'm from Guyana, South America, and I am excited to be a part of this ministry. Shout out to Joel, Dale, and the entire Acoustic Energy team. So I chose hip-hop rap because it's different. It reaches a different demographic, and I'm able to connect with them in a special way. I pray that you listen to the song that you're about to hear, pay keen attention to the lyrics, and be blessed. Woo! It's Disi.
Yeah. Yo, bars over melodies, not with the enemy. I've been clean since I dipped in the holy stream. Feeling so good in my life, got the holy beam. All sin and sin bring us, please stay away from me. Every day I be all up in my Bible, rooted in the word, about to make some disciples. Strong with my life, how I never stay idle. The devil can't use me, I got the B66 rifle. I am the example of holiness to the streets. If you're trying to follow Jesus, then get like me. If you ain't on my level, then you will never win. I talk to God like me and Jesus are twins. Hey, I got the sauce. Tripping when I step since he died on the cross. The way I be served be keeping me in the sanctuary. A good tree bearing good fruit, I am the aviary. I am. No, I am. I am. Really not as composed. In fact, my greatest fear is being exposed. So on the daily, I suppose that doing the most will take away from the fact that I ain't really with the ghost how I'm supposed to be. I see the way they shun folk, I feel inadequate, like something in my life is missing. Borderline depressed more often than I fast, cause the creatures of my present day, they resemble the creatures of my past. And if they only knew, they would judge me like I judge them for my past, present, and even the future tense. I am not the example of holiness to the streets. If you do what I do, then hell is what you're gonna see. Good deeds could never keep me in the sanctuary. My righteousness is no good like the clothes all over me. I'm no better than the next man. If she only knew my thoughts, she'd probably choose the next man. I am falling on dry land. I need to be led to the oasis, but I'm afraid of people knowing where I really am. I need his grace to make it on this lonely road. I get frustrated cause I have to travel it alone.
This vibe is alright.
Hey.
This vibe is nice.
They're not ready for the vibe. Yeah.
Yo, that song, the vibe on it is. I like it, man.
What I like about it is he started on a whole different
type
vibe,
of, yeah.
and then just switched up, but he maintained, right? You gotta love that creativity. And you know, I spoke to him directly, and one of his biggest things was he wanted to make sure that he had the opportunity to still minister while not being able to, not being a singer per se.
One thing I definitely need to say is when you spoke to him, he definitely gave you the correct pronunciation of his name. I know that for a fact because I was there. And you definitely just took what he said and made it your own. I just want to throw that out there.
That's why I won't ask you to rap anymore. Just Sean and I. Thank you very much. Next, today we have an amazing, super talented rapper slash organist slash singer out of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York. Goes by the name Marcus Aaron Pass. Now, Marcus was born and raised in Brooklyn, and I don't think I know anybody else who is like so revolutionary in how he creates, how artistic he is, and just so true to himself.
Yes.
He started out with a choir playing the organ back in Brooklyn. Then he had a group called Marcus Aaron Pass and True Praise.
Got you.
And after doing music, so he was doing like contemporary gospel. Then he switched from contemporary gospel and went into gospel hip hop for the specific reason that he wanted to connect to the people in the streets who do not come to the church.
Doing a very
Amen,
good job at that, we must say.
I heard his song and I was excited. I hope you got a chance to listen to it.
I definitely listened to it.
Yes.
Once the camera's off, my moves might come out.
Yes. Marcus Aaron Pass.
That's how you say hello in Brooklyn. It's our own language. I just taught you that. If you didn't know it, I just taught you that. You just learned a new language today. Just walk around saying "you're" to everybody. I'm Marcus Aaron, and I'm from, yes, you guessed it, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy to be exact. Shout out to Dale, shout out to Joel, shout out to the whole Acoustic Energy family. I really appreciate you guys. Let me tell you why. Because y'all showing Christian hip hop artists love. We need the love. We just out here doing what God called us to do, man. There's some people who love God. There's some people who love rap. And they just want to have them all together in one. And we're here living our purpose. So I promise, listen, if you really, really, really listen to the words, I promise you'll be blessed. All right? That's a deal? All right, let's go.
Resist. Yo, I'm a boss. My father got a business, and I'm about it. I'm about my father's business.
Get it? Much love to Brooklyn, the home team. I got dudes that stay strapped, Jabot jeans. I ain't here to promote that way, but if I talk about God, my record won't get played. Right? Wrong. This is a new way of living. I ain't one of God's children.
Everybody! Yay! Everybody! Get it poppin'!
Hey! Pull up! Run that back! Run that back from the top. Run it back.
Resist. Yo, I'm a boss. My father got a business, and I'm about it. I'm about my father's business.
Get it? Much love to Brooklyn, the home team. I got dudes that stay strapped, Jabot jeans. I ain't here to promote that way, but if I talk about God, my record won't get played. Right? Wrong. This a new way of living. I ain't one of God's children. This a boss in the building, yeah. Whoa. And the team so fire, they should call us the alarm. We go off in the building, yeah. Whoa. They like, what's going on, man? It seems so wrong. He don't act like a Christian. Whoa. But they thought's not a factor, cause I'm not an actor. They don't know the difference. Seen the voice, so we standing in the gap. It's the life that we live, no cap. They be living lies, but we speak straight facts. I see it all the time like I'm Crip, no cap. Yo, this no cap like I said to pledge allegiance. This no cap like I'm walking up in court. This no cap, if I said it, dog, I mean it. This no cap, boy, you talking to a boss. Boy, you talking to a boss. I said you talking to a boss. Yo, you talking to a boss. Yo, you talking to a boss. Yo, this is no cap like the Schmurder dance. Like they said, all rise, dog, I took a stand. The world need to see a real dude who loves God. Getting cheese in the cake like it's Make the Band. Got these fishes and men using nets for their gross income. Your rain done, here comes the sun. And it's all so clear, y'all medium rare. When I stand before the throne, I'ma hear well done. Yo, we next up, cause you know we hot, dog. This is catch up, cause we running this, y'all. This is boss talk, about my father's business. Judge all you want, I'll just be your witness, man. Seen the void, so we standing in a gap, yeah. It's the life that we live, no cap. They be living lies, boy, we speak straight facts. I see it all the time like I'm Crip, no cap. This no cap like I said to pledge allegiance. This no cap like I'm walking up in court. This no cap, if I said it, dog, I mean it. This no cap, boy, you talking to a boss. Boy, you talking to a boss. I said you talking to a boss. Yo, you talking to a boss. Yo, you talking to a boss.
These artists are coming.
Listen.
With the fire.
Listen, this guy said, you know, what's so true about him is he directly said, you know what? I am a contemporary gospel singer, but I want to reach the street.
Yeah.
He said, in his line, he said, something, the masses are saying, hey, you know what? Something is wrong because you don't act like a Christian. But then he said, listen, the problem is they don't know the difference because he's not really acting. That's in the music. Why are you doing that?
That's how you look like.
I don't look like that though. I'm just the flow. You don't have the. Sorry, don't do it again.
That's what you're doing.
You're giving me. I'm having a panic attack. So don't do that.
That's how I'm
You're
saying
confusing me.
Man, these artists are bringing the fire. If you are enjoying the artists and their ministry, drop a little fire emoji in the chat while their song is going on, so they do know that you do appreciate their ministry.
Yes.
Next up, we have Ty Scott King. Now, she is an award-winning Billboard charting spoken word and hip-hop artist, having been referred to by many as the Maya Angelou of this generation. She has shared platforms with a variety of notable industry greats, awed international audiences, and performed in venues such as the United States Pentagon. So that's a huge deal.
Yep, that is a big deal.
That's a big deal. She is also a successful published author and the voiceover artist behind brands such as McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and Hotels.com. Now, get your fire emojis ready.
Ty Scott.
Ty Scott King.
Hey, it's Ty Scott King, and you're watching my video, No Rewind, right here on Acoustic Energy. Keep it locked.
No rewind, we heading forward, move ahead, never stop. We can't quit, we on the climb, no second best. We on time, we gon' win, we gon' prosper, that's in red. Yeah. No rewind, heading forward, move ahead. No time for pause, hold your applause, cause we got much work to do. Divine assignment, stay in alignment. Every word promised is true. Can't backtrack, look back, get slack. Gotta take that. Mind a gap, no cap, keep running. Cause this ain't forever, his kingdom is coming. And every lie spoken against you can't prosper. Cause his word will always remain. So push to the promise, don't doubt what he promised. Cause he said it's just a claim. There's nothing behind you that's worth it. God is not sleep, no, he's working. So it's not time to rest. Better is coming, press. No rewind, we heading forward, move ahead, never stop. We can't quit, we on the climb, no second best. We on time, we gon' win, we gon' prosper, that's in red. Yeah. No rewind, heading forward, move ahead. Broken in sin, old me. Jesus paid it all, debt free. Yeah, I was bound, set free. Don't worry where I've been, he got me. I'ma live full throttle, no regrets. Speak life, inspire, won't see death. I lift my eyes to the hills where my help comes from, no matter how it feels. And he's on the throne, I am his own. Made in his image, I am his clone. I'll do what he say, I hold on, no delay. He call the shots, all I do is relay. Messenger. I am his vessel for blessing ya. So I will not chill till I do his will. For all that he sent me, I fulfill. We heading forward, move ahead, never stop. We can't quit, we on the climb, no second best. We on time, we gon' win, we gon' prosper, that's in red. Yeah. No rewind, heading forward, move ahead. No rewind, we heading forward, move ahead, never stop. We can't quit, we on the climb, no second best. We on time, we gon' win, we gon' prosper, that's in red. Yeah. No rewind, heading forward.
There are talents and there are gifts. What we are experiencing tonight is truly a gift. Acoustic Energy is an online platform that aims to create a safe space for artists to share their stories, showcase their gifts, and express love to our Creator in a global space. We are dedicated to helping improve our community through the arts. And this is why we rely on donations from viewers just like you. Your donations go towards helping us purchase equipment and fund the operation of this growing organization. So how exactly do you give, you may ask? It's simple. We invite you to send a donation using e-transfer or Cash App to give at acousticenergy.tv or visit us on our website, acousticenergy.tv, under the button Give. And while you're there, it'd be great if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, we can continue to make AE an amazing reality. Enjoy the show.
Yo, whatever you're doing, you gotta give it 100% and going like there's no exit. Let's get it. Yeah. Woo! I got no time to hesitate or contemplate. Yeah. I won't consider no plan B, no, I'm just stuck on A. Hey, been about this here life and there's no exit. Yeah, I don't got no regrets because God blessed it. Yeah, looking at my guest list, I be with the young and the restless, going down my checklist. Like, what we doing right now? Yeah, dogs, I'm getting rowdy, had to pipe down. Yeah, there's a time and a place. I've been feeling jaded like there's lines in my face. Yeah, but I'm only getting started now. I can't wait too far from where I started out. Yeah, look, will I see tomorrow? I don't know. Yeah, I don't have to worry, God is in control. Yeah, he told me that he already blessed this. Yeah, so I'm going in like there's no exit. Will I see tomorrow? I don't really know, no. I don't have to worry, God is in control. Yeah, he told me that he already blessed this. Yeah, so I'm going in like there's no. Yeah, I've been viewing from my city, seeing who's about it like I'm choosing my committee. I know some young boys spitting truth who are so litty, girls who you would call so pretty, but they dropping bars so gritty. It's a fact, there are phonies, you can tell that it's a natch, but I only roll with real ones who don't fold for this and that. Get the jelly out your spine, hey, put a bone in your back, hey, and follow your toes intact, then don't let a man hold you back. Not even you, God is the one who designed you and he gave you something to do. If you ain't doing it, why ain't you doing it? What do you think is the problem with you? Maybe you think you know better than God and you're doing just what you wanted to do. Take it from me, swallow your pride, cause humble pie is much harder to chew. Yeah, look, will I see tomorrow? I don't know. Yeah. I don't have to worry, God is in control. Yeah, he told me that he already blessed this. Yeah, so I'm going in like there's no exit. Will I see tomorrow? I don't really know, no. I don't have to worry, God is in control. Yeah, he told me that he already blessed this. Yeah, so I'm going in like there's no exit. No exit. Say no exit. No exit. Say no exit. He told me that he already blessed this. Yeah, so I'm going in like there's no exit. No exit. Say no exit. No exit. No exit. No exit. No exit. No exit. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the world-renowned gospel sensation, the lyricist, the poet, the amazing Drubex in the building.
My dude.
Hey, wagwan.
Yo, we got Drubex. Drew.
I know. Hey, no, he's stealing our rhymes.
Sorry,
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing all right, man. I was waiting for you guys to keep going. I wanted to hear what you had.
That was all we had.
That's all we had. That's what we had to stop.
That's it. That's all we had. It's good to have you here. We're excited. We're finally here to connect with you on this level. There's so much that we want to find out about you and your ministry. I'm just excited to be here, Joel.
I'm excited to be here, especially excited to speak with this man of Christ, man.
Yes,
it's gonna be a really good interview.
Yes.
I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
All right, well, let's get the show on the roll.
Go ahead, my brother.
All right, so this is the first question I have to ask you. In your bio, we see that you have overcome a lot of tribulations. How did you navigate through these experiences?
I mean, I don't want to give the cliche answer, but it is what it is, man. Like, if I didn't have, God, if I didn't have my relationship with Christ, then I don't know how I could have done it. I hear people say, "Oh, Christianity is a crutch," but I'll be honest, man. That's a crutch that I needed. So I'm thankful for that crutch, and that's definitely been my relationship with Christ has been the one solid thing that I know I could always depend on when things get rocky and rough.
Amen.
So that's how I've done it, man. That's how I've been able to overcome the obstacles. It's not by my own power or my own strength, but strictly through the power of Christ.
Question. All right. So here's my question. So in the gospel industry, we know that sometimes people, they're not necessarily the most receptive to anything but the cliche, the basic, what we know as what gospel music should be. You know, the nice da, da, da. So, but you are like legit a lyricist. You're a gospel rapper. My question for you is, where'd you get all that confidence from in a space where people are more likely to not be supportive of that? What drives you, and what advice do you have to give to, an upcoming rapper, could be me, an upcoming gospel rapper that wants to go in that path, go down that road?
Okay, so to answer the first part of the question, I actually started out rapping because of talent shows in my church. So my church, I wouldn't say everyone was supportive. And this is my old church that I used to go to. I wouldn't say everyone was supportive. It was a very Pentecostal, like you said, gospel-driven, very kind of old-fashioned. But there were a few people. Thankfully, we had good youth leaders.
Amen.
That were encouraging us to just listen, man. Come as you are. However you want to praise the Lord, just do it. So they encouraged us to do something for the talent show, and they were like, "Why don't you guys do a rap?" So we did a rap. And then we actually got a good response in that particular church. And me and I say we because it was my friend Andrew at the time, and we formed a group called Christ Style, and we were actually doing our thing. And then it became, when we started to actually leave the doors of our own home church and start performing at different other churches, that's when it became a little more like, oh, not everyone loves this. Not every church is receptive to this. And we kind of saw the reality of it. Especially in the Black church, we kind of saw the reality, oh, not everyone likes this. And we did have, I want to say kind of like leadership or headship that was kind of praying for us and meeting with us and making sure that we were staying in line, you know what I mean? But as we expanded, it did become a little more like, okay, we're not sure. I began to become less and less accepted, especially when I went solo. And then I kind of was more embraced by the other kinds of churches other than my own churches. Second part of the question, advice-wise, I would just say, listen, man, if God gives you that call, if first of all, you have to have the talent. You have to have the talent. So I can already tell that y'all got that talent. So you have to have the talent, first of all, and be affirmed in that talent by people, outside your friends and so on. People your friends are a good start, but if more and more people are telling you, look, man, this is actually something that you're good at, then I would say do it, man. The Bible says that make a joyful noise unto the Lord. You know what I mean? So if that comes in the form of rap, I would say do it. So don't be scared by people's opinions. Just
absolutely. I like that answer.
Yeah.
Man.
I love
that.
I love that. So initially I had asked, or I had mentioned that you've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations in your life. How has that influenced your songwriting?
It definitely helps me. It adds a level of authenticity. To my music. It's funny. I've been rapping for a few years now, and I put out a few albums, and it's only on this new one that I'm working on that I decided to finally get a little bit more into my story. And that was because of confidence. Like at first I was like, oh man, I'm not sure if they're like, as a kid coming from Canada and all that, you kind of don't feel, because the market is in America, sometimes you don't feel, or I'll speak for myself. I didn't always feel like my story was as relevant, or like they wanted to hear it as much as,
I was just going to say that. Yes.
But as I grew in my confidence and people really received my music, I began more comfortable with sharing my story. And now I'm starting to write more from a personal perspective of, look, this is what happened to me. You know what I mean? This is what my life has been like. So it's definitely influenced my writing, but I would say it's more recently that I'm really starting to tap into that, into my own experiences.
That's what's up. Here's my question for you. So I know as an artist, there are many different spaces that you get exposed to. You've been on a lot of secular stages. At one of them, I want to say SXSW, South by Southwest Festival, right? My question is, how are you able to navigate that space, still staying true to who you are as a Christian artist in that predominantly secular space? How was that? What was that experience like?
So one thing, if you start moving in secular circles, one thing you'll learn quickly is that they would rather you be. They value authenticity. They value people who are true to themselves. Like you got a lot of gospel rappers, Christian rappers who try to water down their message and make their music lyrically sound more like the world.
Non-gospel, yeah.
And they can sense that, and they're like, yeah, why would we listen to a watered down version of secular music when we can hear the secular music? They'd rather hear
true.
They'd rather hear you speak your truth, even if they don't agree with it. They'd rather hear you speak your truth because they appreciate authenticity. So when I get up on those stages, those secular stages, and I am choosy with my songs. Like there's certain songs that I would perform in a secular setting where the message is there. The message is there, but it's not as necessarily, you know what I mean, upfront.
Gotcha.
And that's just me. And that's just me being strategic, right?
Yeah, and you know your crowd. You know your crowd. You know how.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but so you do have to be strategic when you're performing in certain places. If you're performing in a secular event, sometimes they don't want you to say Jesus because, you know what I mean? Like it can there's other people of different religions and so on and so on.
You're right. You're correct.
So you have to pick, so you got to pick your, I do have to pick my songs and whatever, but for the most part, just be authentic, man. They'll appreciate you.
Man.
If you're an authentic Christian, they'd rather you be authentic than try to like fool them, and they can see you trying to fool them and they don't like that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
One thing I'm definitely going to say is that we definitely appreciate you. I know that our Acoustic Energy team is definitely going to be supporting you 100%.
Of course. I love the songs.
Absolutely.
And you inspired me to take up rap. So you see that's not even okay. You're not supported. This is what he was talking about.
This is the problem.
Find people around you that support you. You don't support this.
This is what we're going to talk real quick. This is
you
the
don't
problem
support me.
He
that's
says
the problem.
these type of things. And he knows that people are watching, and I cannot control my
It's the truth. It's the truth. I am thinking hard because I've always felt like, you know what, let me stop.
Brother.
I can't do what you do, brother.
Remember what I said, though, you got to be affirmed by people outside your circle, people who are going to give you honest opinions.
I'm giving the honest opinion. You are the professional.
Yes.
Thank you for all that you do. Know that we are going to be supporting you as an Acoustic
100%.
Energy family. Thank you for being a part of this show. We truly hope and we know that people will be blessed.
And we see your authenticity, which is very, very important.
You.
Yeah, it's organic, it's clear, you're not trying to be what you're not, and that's powerful in itself. That in itself is a ministry. So thanks again from the entire team, the entire Acoustic Energy family. All the best in all your endeavors, and be blessed.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Definitely tuning in. Aside of you guys, Tata Papa San, that's a big father figure to me. So I appreciate you guys and all you guys are doing.
That's the man.
Thank you guys.
Blessings.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Yeah. Peter Piper picked a pepper, Eve picked an apple, and we had a problem. Had a problem child named Lucy, always up to trouble, saying now I got him. Now I got him in a trap, they disobey the father. Got him in a trap, they do just what they wanna. Got him in a trap, they selling death to each other in a trap. Getting schooled in the garden till we asked the teacher, who are you to teach me? Dropped out of college and the letter heartbreaking, now we look like Easy. Cindy deadly like a queen bee. She working for Lucifer. I gotta get Lucifer. I'm doing the running man, oh yeah. I'm doing the running man, oh yeah. I'm doing the running man, oh yeah. I'm swinging my one hand and I'm swinging my other hand and I'm doing the running man, oh Lucy got a daughter by the name of Cindy. Cindy is a real problem. Real problem is she be looking so good, we let her pull us to the bottom. To the bottoms up, but she'll leave you with the bill. Bottoms up, careful she will slip a pill. Bottoms up, cause it's upside down the way we love her, but she shoot to kill. Blocker. Man down, look what's trending on my mama. Hashtags, I can't take no more drama. Look, Cindy is the real reason for the hold up, here she comes.
Wait, what? Where'd he go? Over there. What's he doing?
I'm doing a running man, oh yeah. I'm doing a running man, oh yeah. I'm doing a running man, oh yeah. I'm swinging my one hand, I'm swinging my other hand. I'm doing a running man, oh yeah. I'm running like I'm up in the Olympics, running for my country. Ain't from Russia, but the way I've been rushing. If I crash, I'll sustain a concussion. Look, Will Smith couldn't do a fresher. Who's the new successor? I'm the new contender. You don't know me, this the first time you meeting Drew the Greater. That was Drew the Lesser. They so hedonistic, they pursue the pleasure. He enlisted me to do it better. I don't read statistics, they be too depressing. Never realistic, I knew better. Bet I'd be a better man if I was more of a humble man. Cindy feeds my pride like no other can. When I see her, I'm doing the running man, oh yeah. I'm doing the running man, oh yeah. I'm doing the running man, oh yeah. I'm swinging my one hand and I'm swinging my other hand and I'm doing the running man, oh yeah. Doing the running man, oh yeah. I'm doing the running man, oh yeah. I'm swinging my one hand and I'm swinging my other hand and I'm doing the running man, oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Listen, this music has Joel doing things I've never seen him do before. He's over here, we gon' win, don't, we gon' win.
The shoulders came in nice.
like
Team
it.
Today's show.
Thank you very much.
Today's show was.
It was, yeah.
Absolute.
Phenomenal.
I enjoyed every single
You heard
artist.
Ty's song though, she said, no rewind, moving forward, we're gonna win. I loved it. It's inspiring me to just venture out into my rap career.
So start now.
The TV's shaking.
That's okay.
All right, ready? Yo, we're doing this show, hey, but Joel didn't know, hey. Catch me in the mic, I got the flow, hey. 2 minutes, gotta go.
Yeah.
That's 4 whole rhyming words.
Stick to pian. That's your lane.
But that's a full 4 words. Like you know what? We're gonna talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for being a part of this experience with us. I know you enjoyed it because I enjoyed it, and I'm sure you are going to be back. Be sure to tell a friend, tell a family member, tune in because things happen on the show that you don't want to see on a replay. You want to watch it right when it premieres. Ensure that you tell a friend. If you missed some of our previous shows, go ahead, rewatch them. But this show, when it happens, try to catch the premiere.
Absolutely.
If you're not already following us, go ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. And of course, if you missed your opportunity to share and be a part of the giving portion of this show, feel free, if you're based here in Canada, to go ahead and make your donations at give@acousticenergy.tv. And if you're in North America, the USA, you can do the same. Give at acousticenergy.tv on Cash App. And if you are anywhere in the world, feel free to do so using PayPal.
Yes, sir.
Give at acousticenergy.tv.
I'm so happy that we got to do today's show. We got to tap into a different genre that we haven't tapped into yet.
Big shout out to Drubex.
Yeah, and
Big shout out
every
to all
artist
the artists that came in.
That came through.
Disi, Ty, Marcus. Disi, Ty, Marcus.
You know what? We're gonna leave with something. I'm feeling a little inspiration. Give me a beat. Everyone else is freestyling. I might as well join the crew.
Okay.
Let's go. I need a mic like this. Yeah. Just because this is how they hold it. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yo. My name is Joe, and I got that flow. You watching the AE show? Oh yeah, you didn't know?
Rhythm!